meeting you yesterday. I'm really thrilled that you and Grayson are now officially engaged. I'm eagerly looking forward to the day when you and my son walk down the aisle and become husband and wife. Seeing Grayson with such an incredible woman like you brings me a lot of happiness. You two make an amazing couple.
Hi, Mark. I really appreciate your kind words. I understand that I'm not perfect, but I promise I'll do my best to be a loving and supportive wife to Grayson.
So, I heard your family has its own company, huh? Money must be the least of your worries. I can only dream of the lavish lifestyle you and your family enjoy. My son Grayson surely hit the jackpot when he found you, no doubt.
Well, I do consider myself fortunate to have been born into a financially well-off family. However, I always remind myself that my parents worked incredibly hard and made many sacrifices to provide for me. I truly appreciate everything they've done for me and the opportunities they've given me.
So, when can we expect the official wedding bells to ring and make you two life partners? I can't wait for that day, honestly. It's gonna be hands down the best day of my life.
We've actually set a timeline to have our wedding in just 3 months. Until that special day arrives, we have a ton on our plate to think about. You know how it goes, wedding preparations always take a significant amount of time. There are so many details to sort out and decisions to make. It's a busy but exciting journey ahead.
Hey, just wanted to let you know that if you need any help with anything, don't hesitate to give me a shout. Seriously, I'm pretty much free almost every day of the week. So I'd be more than happy to give you and my son a hand with all the wedding stuff. Whether it's sorting out the logistics, giving advice, or jumping in to tackle some tasks, you can count on me. Your wedding is a big deal, and I want to be there to support you guys every step of the way.
Mark, I just want to say thank you for being so considerate. It really means a lot to know that you're all in and excited to help me and Grayson out. Your support is seriously appreciated.
Hey, no worries at all. I'm always here to back you and Grayson up. You guys are part of my family, and that's a big deal to me. But if you catch me feeling a bit down sometimes, it's not because of you two. It's just some personal stuff that's been on my mind lately. I'd rather not get into it, but it's been bugging me quite a bit. Thanks for understanding though.
Your personal matter? What's been going on? Please feel free to share it with me. Like you said, we're family now, and that means we should be there for each other. It's important for us to open up and work together to find a way to resolve any issues. I want you to know that I'm here to support you, just as you've supported me and Grayson.
Listen, Natalia, I really don't want to burden you with some minor stuff, but I'm feeling kinda stuck here. The situation is sort of urgent, and I honestly don't know who else to reach out to besides you.
What's going on, Mark? Please, just tell me. I'm here to help you out in any way I can. You can count on me.
Well, let me tell you about this friend of mine. He's been going through some incredibly tough times lately. It all started with the tragic loss of his child in a devastating car accident. And as if that wasn't enough, life threw another curveball at him. His wife fell seriously ill, to the point where she's bedridden. It's been one heartbreaking blow after another for him.
Wow, that sounds incredibly tough. Life can be so unpredictable, right? But to have all those difficulties pile up at once? Your friend must be going through an incredibly challenging time, and I can't help but feel so sorry for him. It's a lot to handle. My heart goes out to him and his family during this incredibly challenging period.
The thing is, my friend and his wife are both immigrants and don't have any health insurance. He's asked me to lend him a pretty big chunk of money to cover his wife's medical expenses. I'm a caring and compassionate person, so naturally, I want to help my friend out. But honestly, I just don't have the resources to do it. It's a real tough spot to be in, and it's been messing with my head lately. I really hope you can understand what I'm going through and where I'm coming from. It's just one of those situations, you know?
I'm really sorry to hear that. I know you have a big heart, and it must be tough for you not being able to help your friend in such a difficult situation.
You know what? It's just unbelievable how cruel fate can be. I can't even begin to imagine the immense pain and suffering that my friend is going through right now. Seriously, it must be absolutely devastating for him. The whole situation is just heart-wrenching.
I can't even imagine what your friend is dealing with right now. It must be incredibly tough for him.
Natalia, I would really appreciate your guidance. I can't simply stand idly by and witness my friends suffering alone. Even though we haven't known each other for very long, we've totally become best buds, no doubt about it. It would be absolutely heartless of me to do nothing to help him.
I know. It's hard when we care so much and want to make a difference. Just keep in mind that your empathy means a lot, and sometimes being there to listen and support is the most valuable thing we can offer.
As much as I wish I could assist my pal, it's simply not possible. I don't have any cash, savings, or valuable assets that I could sell for money. I'm completely empty-handed. You're aware that I've been unemployed for years, correct? I hardly have any money to call my own. That's why I still rely on my son Grayson for financial support. It's a challenging situation, to say the least. Do you have any advice for me? I'm all ears. I'm open to any suggestions or ideas you might have.
Well, have you considered reaching out to his other dear friends and beloved relatives? Perhaps your friend could seek their kind assistance in this matter.
Here's the thing. He has only me as his closest companion. As I mentioned earlier, he and his wife are immigrants, and unfortunately, they don't have any relatives here or a wide circle of acquaintances. Can you even imagine the predicament my friend is facing? I simply cannot stand idly by and do nothing. We made a promise to always support each other to the best of our abilities, and I intend to fulfill that commitment.
I get it. You really want to be there for your friend during these tough times. But given your current financial situation, I honestly think he won't blame you if you can't help him out. So don't stress too much about it.
What are you talking about? Of course, he's gonna put the blame on me. We've been tight buds for ages, so there's no way I can just abandon him, especially in a tough spot like this. Natalia, please, you gotta step in and do something to help my friend. He's at his breaking point, and I'm seriously worried he might pull something crazy if he can't find a way to save his wife.
So, what do you suggest I should do to help your friend out?
It's not really that hard to grasp, right? All I need is a bit of cash to chip in for his wife's medical expenses. It's not a huge amount, I swear. Just a few grand, like $10,000, give or take. And remember, that's just the starting point. He'll need more as his wife's treatment goes on. But hey, when it comes to helping a friend in need, no sum is too big, right?
Oh, I understand where you're coming from, Mark. But it feels a bit forward. Would it be alright if I talk to Grayson about it first? After all, I'm his fiancé now, and I believe it's important for me to keep him informed about matters like this.
Whoa, hold up. Don't even think about telling my son. He's better off not knowing about this, trust me. You know how tight-fisted Grayson can be, right? Unlike me, always trying to lend a hand, that boy inherited most of his mother's traits. He's certainly not the kind to cough up a few grand to help those in need.
Oh, really? I had no idea Grayson had that kind of reputation. It's surprising to hear that about him.
I guarantee you, if you even bring up the idea to him, he'll totally shoot it down. Judging by his messed up personality, he won't think twice before resorting to insults or even resorting to physical violence.
Oh my gosh! Seriously? Do you really think that? I never imagined Grayson could be that aggressive.
Well, he's usually a decent guy and all, but when it comes to his money, he can totally lose it. Can't really blame him though. I know he works his butt off to make it big. Anyway, whatever you do, please don't spill the beans to Grayson about me borrowing money from you. I just know he won't be thrilled about it. You know, I just want to spare you from all the possible drama that Grayson could cause.
Alright, I understand. I won't mention a word of this to Grayson then. We'll keep it between us.
That's my awesome daughter-in-law. So, listen, when can I get that $10,000 from you? Time is ticking, and my friend's wife is in serious danger with each passing minute. Please send me the money right away, Natalia. There's not much time to lose. My friend's wife doesn't have much time left, and she could potentially die. Can you imagine the pain it would cause my closest friend? Now that you're my son's fiancé, which means I'm your father-in-law, so let's not argue and just do what I asked, okay?
You're my father-in-law? You mean my future father-in-law? As far as I know, Someone only becomes a father-in-law once the wife and husband are officially married.
Pardon me? What did you just say? So you're basically telling me that you don't accept me as your father-in-law? Seriously? And what's the reason behind that? Is it because you think I'm too poor or don't meet your family standards? I can't believe you would actually sink that low and discriminate against your own family. That's totally unacceptable.
No, you're getting the wrong idea. I never said anything about not accepting you as my father-in-law or having any kind of discrimination against you. Please don't misinterpret what I was trying to say.
I can't believe you'd have such a low opinion of me. Is that how rich folks usually treat those they consider beneath them? Looking down on them and treating them like garbage? I'm really let down by you, Natalia. You've seriously wounded my pride as a man and as a father-in-law. Wait a minute. I see where this is going. Once you're married into my family, you're probably gonna find a sneaky way to kick me to the curb or dump me in some nursing home, right? I'm completely speechless.
No, Mark. I would never even consider such a thing. Please don't misunderstand me like that.
Say no more, Natalia. So, all this time you've been acting all caring and loving just to hide your true evil self, huh? That's just disgusting. I should have seen through your two-faced personality and warned my son about you. You know what? I'm not going to approve of your marriage with Grayson. It's unbelievable that I ever considered you my daughter-in-law. Heck, I even treated you like my own flesh and blood. And what do you do to repay my kindness? You've got some wicked scheme up your sleeve, ready to harm me, your one and only father-in-law, at any given moment.
Listen, Mark. I swear, I never had any thoughts of scheming or causing harm to you. You've got me all wrong, seriously. I was just trying to point out a fact, but I had no idea it would hurt your pride that badly. I genuinely apologize for that.
Sorry? Seriously? You think a simple apology can magically fix everything? My trust in you is already completely shattered, like broken glass. Tell me, how on earth can you fix something that's already broken?
I honestly don't know what else to say except sorry to you. Is there anything I can do to make it up to you?
Nah, I don't think there's anything you can do to win back my trust once it's been shattered like this. However, if you're feeling generous and all, it would mean a lot to me and my friend if you could lend a hand with this financial crisis. If you step up and help my friend and his wife, they'll owe you big time. They'll practically worship the ground you walk on and think you're a saint.
Alright, sure. Just give me a bit of time to think it over. To be honest, I'm still not entirely convinced about the whole situation with your friend, you know?
Come on, seriously? What's there even to think about? I know $10,000 wouldn't be a problem for you or your family in the slightest. I mean, your parents are practically swimming in money, so I'm sure they'd be more than happy to hand over that cash. Plus, we're not just throwing it away on something silly here. We're using it to save lives, you know. It's a noble cause. I bet your parents would be super proud if they knew the real reason behind it.
I guess you're probably right. But here's the thing. I don't have a lot of information about your friend. Can you at least give me your friend's name or address? If I'm gonna lend out money, I'd rather give it directly to the person in need. It just feels more reliable that way, don't you think?
Natalia, you're getting kind of nosy, you know that? I mean, come on, didn't I already mention it to you? My friend and his wife are undocumented immigrants, and they're super cautious about sharing their personal info with anyone except those they trust. If they reveal too much of themselves, the police might come after them and kick them out of the country.
I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds like a really difficult situation. Look, I just need a little more time to think things through, alright? I promise I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Fine. I get it. Man, it's hard to believe that rich folks like you are so darn cautious with money. Well, I guess that's how you got rich in the first place, right? Holding on tight and not sharing your vast fortune with people who actually need it. Talk about irony. But seriously, time is of the essence here. If you don't act fast, my friend's wife could be in serious danger. So, be smart about it and send me the money I requested ASAP. The sooner we get it, the sooner we can potentially save a life.
Hi, Grayson. Do you have a minute to spare? I've got something I want to ask you about.
Hey Natalia, what's up? Is everything alright?
Yes. Everything's good. I just had a conversation with your dad. Not trying to gossip or anything, but I gotta admit, it left me feeling a bit weird.
Oh, seriously? What went down? Did he say something mean or rude to you?
Nah, not really, but he actually asked me if he could borrow some money.
Wait, what? Why in the world does my dad need to borrow money from you? And how much did he actually ask for exactly?
He said that he needed me to send him $10,000.
Hold up. $10,000? Seriously? What was going through his mind? I can't wrap my head around the fact that he had the audacity to ask for such a huge sum from you. I mean, hello, I'm the one who's already giving him a monthly allowance and he's living with me, so he doesn't even have to pay for anything. It just doesn't add up why my dad would need to borrow money from you. Did he bother telling you what he needed all that cash for?
Mark says he wants to lend a hand to a buddy of his who's in a tight spot, dealing with his wife's medical bills. But when I tried to dig deeper and ask for some deets about this friend, he straight up shut me down. He told me that this friend is an undocumented immigrant, and he's worried that sharing personal info could put the friend and his wife at risk.
An undocumented immigrant? Seriously? I gotta be honest here, I've never heard a peep about my dad having a friend like that. It's definitely raising some eyebrows and giving off a fishy vibe.
You're thinking the same thing? That's exactly why I had reservations about giving into your dad's money request. Mark kept pushing me, insisting that I should hurry up and send him the dough he supposedly needs. But here's the part that really got me suspicious. Your dad actually warned me not to spill the beans to you about him borrowing money from me. Can you believe it? He straight up said that if you found out, you would scold me or, heaven forbid, even resort to physical violence. It's just so alarming and unsettling, don't you think?
Huh? Resort to physical violence? No way! I would never stoop down to that level, like, ever! Seriously, what was going through my dad's head? I can't believe he makes up such a ridiculous lie about me. It's simply mind-boggling. And let's talk about this so-called friend of his. What's the deal with this sudden mystery buddy popping up out of thin air? It's all so sketchy. And I'm telling you, something just ain't right here. The pieces don't seem to fit together.
My thoughts exactly. I'm really glad I brought it up with you and got your perspective on that matter.
It just doesn't sit right with me that my dad would expect you to fork over such a large amount, especially considering we're not even officially married yet and you're not officially part of the family. Honestly, I'm feeling pretty embarrassed that my dad would even consider pulling a move like that.
I'm not sure what the best course of action to take here. Should I be straightforward and tell your dad that I can't give him the amount he requested? What do you think?
Look, Natalia, I apologize for my dad getting all up in your business about that. It's really not cool. Of course, it's definitely not a wise move to lend him any cash. If he ever has the audacity to approach you for money again, just give me a heads up and I'll take care of it by having a direct conversation with him.
Alrighty, Grayson. Thanks for the advice. I'll go ahead and follow your lead on this one. I appreciate it.
Natalia, where's the cash you said you'd give me? I specifically asked you to cough up $10,000 to help out my buddy. So where the heck is it? Don't even think about backtracking on your word, you sneaky woman.
I'm sorry about that, but Grayson actually had a chat with me and said I shouldn't be giving you any money. I thought he already filled you in on the whole situation, didn't he?
Hey, I specifically told you not to spill the beans to my son about me borrowing money from you. How could you go behind my back and blab about it? You conniving little wench? That's completely unacceptable.
Mark, let me be straight with you. Grayson filled me in all the nitty-gritty about you, including your past gambling issues and excessive drinking. That's why I made the call to listen to his advice and hold off on sending you any money. Unless you can provide me with a more comprehensive background on your friend, I'm gonna have to stick with that decision.
How in the world could you just flip-flop on your promise like that? Talk about being a sneaky double-dealing snake. And then you have the audacity to dig into my history with gambling and drinking? That's just plain outrageous.
I'm sorry, but what you told us about your friend is really difficult to swallow, and Grayson feels the same way. Can you please be honest with me, Mark? Why exactly do you need such a large sum of money? What do you plan to use it for?
What I do with my money is my own business, so you can keep your nose out of it, alright? Here's a question for you. Are you even interested in marrying my son or not, woman?
Of course, I want to marry Grayson. Why would you even question that?
If that's the case, then send me $10,000 already. I won't say it again, you absolute knucklehead. And let me make this crystal clear. If you don't follow my orders, I'll have no problem telling my son to call off the engagement with you. You know Grayson is my good little son, and he'll do anything I say without question.
I hate to break it to you, but there's no chance you can convince Grayson to call off our engagement. We've already mapped out all the details for our wedding, and I can guarantee you that everything will go ahead as planned.
What? I see. You've already brainwashed my son and convinced him not to betray me, huh? How dare you? You're exactly what I always suspected, huh? A sneaky snake in the grass, carrying around a bag of shady tricks to create drama and tear families apart. I can see right through your faked act, you despicable little worm.
Excuse me? What's up with all those harsh words? I'm honestly at a loss here. What did I ever do to deserve that? I'm genuinely confused. Is this about me not giving you the $10,000 you requested? Seriously? I can't believe you're the type of person to act like this, Mark. You've completely lost my respect.
Respect? Who cares about your respect? What I actually need is my money. If you really want to demonstrate your respect towards your dear father-in-law, why don't you just send me the amount I asked for? It's not even that much, you know. Listen, just be a compliant little daughter-in-law and hand over the cash, and all the misunderstandings between us will magically disappear. I'll graciously give you permission to marry my son, and you two will receive my blessings. Then we can all live together harmoniously under one roof, like a big happy family.
No! I refuse to live under the same roof as someone whose sole focus is money, just like you, and Grayson feels the same way. We've already made up our minds that Grayson will move out of your house and we'll find a new place to live together. Unless you change your behavior and strive to be a better person, we have no desire to share a home with you.
What did you just say to me, you disrespectful little brat? Are you seriously suggesting that you want to cut me out of your life completely? That's what I suspected. You've been planning this all along, haven't you? Your grand scheme was to charm my son and make him sever all ties with me. Dream on. There's no way I'm going to let that happen. I won't allow my son to marry a wretched woman like you. Just you wait and see. I'm going to show up at the wedding and ruin it. You're going to pay a hefty price for stealing my son from me. Mark my words, I'm gonna make you taste dirt sooner than you think. Hey, Grayson, I hate to break it to you, but Natalia won't be able to make it to your wedding day. Want to know why? Because she's now a dead meat. I guess you probably already heard, right? I mean, you're her fiancé after all. Or should I say, ex-fiancé?
Dad? What are you going on about? Why can't Natalia make it to the wedding? I'm seriously confused here.
Wait, you haven't heard? She got attacked by some crazy person with a baseball bat, and we don't even know how she's doing now. As her soon-to-be husband, you really should be more attentive to your future wife.
Hold up. Are you seriously telling me this? Like, for real? When exactly did all of this go down? I can't believe what I'm hearing, and I'm getting really concerned. Can you please give me more details?
According to what I heard, the whole thing went down last night. People were saying that Natalia got beat up real bad, to the point where she couldn't even move. I don't know what happened after that, but after taking such a brutal beating, I don't think she's gonna make it. Let's be real. Your fiancé is probably 6 feet under now, about to chill with some maggots. That's messed up, right?
Dad, are you actually serious? Please tell me that you're just messing with me or something. I just tried calling Natalia, but she's not picking up her phone. She was supposed to be heading to the wedding venue with her parents by now. Hang on a sec, let me reach out to them and find out what's going on.
Yeah, give them a call. Maybe you can still make it to her funeral. Man, that broad was so foolish. I told her about the consequences she'd face if she didn't listen to me, but she didn't take any of my advice. Now look at her, she's a goner because of her own stupidity. If she had just listened to me and sent me the money I asked for, none of this would have happened.
Look, Natalia's parents just texted me, and they said she's totally fine and on her way here. Whew! What a relief, right? But seriously, why did you tell me she got beaten up? Where did you hear that from?
Huh? What do you mean? You mean Natalia is not dead? How could that even be possible?
Why are you so sure that my fiancé got hurt? Were you there at the crime scene, or do you happen to be the criminal yourself? Tell me the honest truth, Mark.
Well, what are you blabbering about, Grayson? I only heard those rumors from Natalia's neighbors, and honestly, I don't know all the details. Maybe I just got confused and mistook Natalia for someone else. Don't worry about me, son. Just go ahead with your wedding. I hope everything goes smoothly for you and Natalia. Anyway, I've got some other stuff to take care of, so I gotta wrap up our chat here. Oh, by the way, I won't be able to make it to your wedding either. Turns out I've got something super important to deal with, so please go ahead without me.
You really think you can just bolt and save yourself? No chance. The police are already en route to arrest you, so running won't do any good. Guess who's speaking? It's Natalia, your daughter-in-law, the one who miraculously managed to evade your vicious attack. I'm using Grayson's phone to text you.
Wait, what? Natalia? Is that you? Oh, thank goodness you're okay. But what's with this talk about the police coming for me? Seriously, I'm confused here. Quit messing around. It's not a funny joke, you know.
Believe me, I'm not the kind of person who would joke about something as serious as this. You know that, right? Assault is a despicable crime, and you deserve to be locked up for it. Listen, I've already been informed about your terrible actions, and there's no way you're gonna evade justice. Karma is coming for you, and you'll find yourself in a prison cell, forced to reflect on the crime you committed.
Hey, cut it out with all this nonsense and trying to freak me out. Seriously, do you think I'm some kind of kid or something? I don't have a clue about any of this, and I've never done anything wrong, okay?
Oh, so now you're attempting to act all innocent, huh? Well, let me enlighten you about what actually happened. You showed up at my previous residence, fully intending to ambush me and attack me with a baseball bat. However, little did you know that I had already sold the house to another person and moved out several months ago. That's why you went after the wrong person. The whole crime scene was captured on the security camera at the front gate, so don't even try to deny your deplorable actions.
You're telling me I totally went after the wrong girl? The one I accidentally whacked with a baseball bat wasn't actually you? Man, she seriously resembled you, you know. I couldn't even see her face cause she had a hood on and it was pitch black out there at the time. But you told me that you're only gonna move out of your house after marriage. Did you lie about that? How dare you?
I made a decision to move into my new house with Grayson a bit earlier than originally planned because I wanted to adjust to the new environment. But let me tell you, Mark, you're twisted in the head. I can't believe you're capable of such wickedness and violence. You attack an innocent girl. Thankfully, she was rushed to the hospital in time and is now recovering from her injuries. You know what? I won't waste any more of my time arguing with you. You'll soon end up in prison paying for your evil actions. And trust me, there's no one who can save you from that.
What? Hell no. I ain't going to prison, you lousy piece of trash. I'm gonna make a daring escape to a place so far away that nobody can lay a finger on me.
Do as you please. However, I must inform you that you won't be able to run forever. The police have already tracked down your location, and it's time to face the consequences, Mark. There's no point in trying to hide any longer. Your best bet right now is to surrender and turn yourself into the police. Mark attempted to flee and hide, but he didn't manage to evade capture for long. Finally, justice prevailed, and Mark had no choice but to admit his guilt for his wicked actions. It turned out that he was under immense pressure from loan sharks to repay his gambling debts. That's why he concocted a fake friend, intending to scam money from me in order to settle his mounting financial obligations. After our wedding, Grayson and I established our new home together. My husband had endured his toxic father's manipulative tactics for far too long. Mark was constantly trashing Grayson's poor late mother and trying to swindle money from his own son. But now, Grayson and I are determined to leave the past behind and eagerly embrace a brighter future for the both of us.